Very excited. The Easter weekend is upon us. With the numbers allowed at religious gatherings more than doubled, many people are expected to be travelling from today. Motorists are advised to be extra cautious during this busy period. For more long weekend travelling tips, I'm joined by the Automobile Association of South Africa spokesperson, Leighton Beard. Leighton, a very good morning to you. What should we be doing today as we get in our cars?
Well, I think before we get in our cars and we go off on holiday, we've got to make sure that that vehicle we're getting into is in a good condition and it's good enough to take us where we need to go and safe enough to bring us back afterwards. We've got to look at those tyres. We've got to make sure the engine's in a good condition. And I think one of the things that we've picked up over the years and in conversations I've had with some road safety experts over the last couple of months, one thing really does stand out, and that is many people get stuck on the side of the road because their vehicles aren't in a good condition. And that causes a lot of problems for other traffic, and I think that that's an important facet that we sometimes glean over. Make sure that your vehicle is in a good condition. And then we always say this, and I know it sounds a little glib and cliched, but make sure that your head is also in the right condition for the road. You can't just get in your car and go. You need to be mentally prepared for that, and you need to be mentally prepared to share that road with thousands of other people as well, and you've got to be courteous when you're on the road. I think it's our collective responsibility, Jane, to ensure that road safety is not just something that the government or traffic law enforcers do, but that we are a part of.
No, I mean, that's important information. Keeping that space, that distance of 2 and a bit cars is also important. You were just saying you've got to get your head right. What if you, on a long journey, how often should you stop? What's the thinking there?
Yeah. Look, we always say stop every 200 kilometers or 2 hours, and it's a good thing to do because it gives you an opportunity to stretch your legs. It gives you an opportunity to get some fresh air, maybe have a toilet break, get some water, but it gives you a bit of perspective as well. You know, you can see the traffic that's flowing, you see the other travelers that are on the road as well. And I think from our perspective, you know, if you're in the car for too long, you almost lose a bit of that focus and you lose a bit of that attention, and so do your passengers if you have passengers with you. So it's always a good idea, stop, take a break. And, you know, one of the things we always say, Jane, is make the journey part of the holiday. We have such a wonderful country. We've got so many wonderful things to see, such a rich history that you can explore. And it's not going to take you a long time to do that, but make the journey part of the trip and actually just enjoy the drive. And remember, getting to your destination is not a race. You know, if you can do it in 10 minutes quicker than your uncle did it in 1995, you know, you're not going to win a medal. Just enjoy the drive, be attentive on the road, focus on what you're doing, and I think just really enjoy getting to where you're going.
I mean, sadly, this time of the year, like Christmas, for example, I mean, you always see an increase in deaths and people drink and drive, which obviously is just a no-no on any level. This brings up the relationship with the traffic cops that we're seeing at the moment. There's going to be an increased presence. Do you think it's something that should happen every day of the year? Should we see more cops on the roads?
You know, my answer is going to be yes, Jane. And, you know, we have said this many times before that we agree with the Traffic Law Enforcement Review Committee that found that we need double the amount of traffic law enforcers on the road. And I think that that's really critical. We would like to see that, you know, policing as it is at the moment is not event-driven, but rather year-round, and people can see that police are visible, and I think that that's a very important factor as well.
Does it make a difference?
I think it does make a difference, absolutely. I think when you look at the numbers, you know, the statistics will bear out when there are more traffic law enforcers on the road, then you are going to have better compliance, and that's really what we're looking for. You speak about drunk driving. I think one of the critical things for us from the AA's perspective is drunk walking or intoxicated walking. 40% of all people killed on our roads annually are pedestrians. So if you're going to be on the road, whether you're behind the wheel of a car or whether you're walking on the road, don't drink and walk, don't drink and drive, drink or walk, drink or drive. You know, a very important message that's coming through. We would like to obviously say that the police that are on the road at the moment, the traffic law enforcers that are there at the moment are doing a really important job, and they're sacrificing their own holidays to be there for the public. And I think it's incumbent upon the public to play their role and to be responsible when they're on the roads.
And I mean, I was just thinking while you were talking about how many, I mean, an area that I live, there's a great street with lots of restaurants, and you see these fast, expensive cars gunning down the road. I mean, it's just horrendous. And you see a lot of people crossing looking at their phone. I mean, that's also a big problem, isn't it?
No, it's a huge problem, and there are some shock adverts from Europe which will show you that driving while you're using an electronic device is absolutely out of the question. It's very, very dangerous. But equally, when you're walking and you've got earphones plugged in and you're watching the screen instead of watching the road, you are also at incredible danger from traffic. So. Be attentive when you're on the road. That's the message. Focus on what you're doing. If you're walking in a road and there's a lot of traffic, but you focus on the screen of your cell phone, you're not going to see the traffic, and if you've got headphones in, you're not going to hear them. So don't become a statistic. Look at what's going on around you, whether you're driving in a vehicle, a passenger in a vehicle, or whether you're actually just walking or cycling on a road. Be attentive and understand what your surroundings are. And be safe. That's really the message, Joe.
And we're wishing everyone a very safe Easter. Leighton, thank you.